What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Casper CSPR today. I'm on the USD crypto chart. If you see it here, right, crypto, that one. It has the most historical data, and I don't know if volume will necessarily be honest with us because it is on very small exchanges. So, and it just got listed on KuCoin recently, so it's just hard to say. So I do want to look at it overall. We're doing this at the request of Mr. Brajan Mirko. Or Brahan Mirko, you want to know for the upcoming bull run. So I am going to do that. I'm going to talk about the immediate stuff, and I'll finish up with the oncoming bull run. But before we get into it, I want to give my honest, genuine opinion on it too. Let's look at CoinGecko. Find it there, because I'm looking at this thing, and it is a top 100 coin, right? 96. Almost out of the top 100, still a low cap coin, but still top 100 for crypto is impressive in itself. Max supply is infinite, total supply looks like this, and its chart looks like absolute shit, right? Like it just looks down. Recently, however, recently, really since June of last year, you've been moving sideways, higher highs, higher lows, even, a nice kind of area of accumulation setting up potentially. But this infinite supply, when I see this kind of stuff, and I see a chart that looks like this, it makes me curious, right? So what I want to do first is I want to take the market cap and put it in logarithmic, sure, and do monthly. Okay, so it had, if you look at this chart, you guys, this chart goes all the way back in May of 2021, right? This chart here goes all the way back to May of 2021. Now, I want you to look at the difference, right? Price. This is the price, and then this is the market cap. Market cap is bullish. The market cap is bullish, but the price is bearish. So this essentially, when you see this kind of setup like this, that means that there are so many coins being printed that the market cap is still gaining. The price is dropping, right? But there's more coins in circulation, and even though the price is dropping, the market cap is still gaining, right? You have dropped overall from this high that you came out in May 17th with, you've dropped overall to where you are now 94%. But your market cap from that time, from May, your market cap used to be below 200 million, and you're up. You're down 94%, but you're up 50%. I hate seeing stuff like that, man. What this tells me, and the reason I hate it is not because I'm a participant in stuff like this. It's because I am a speculator. I'm an investor. So stuff like this, to me, it's like, what's the point of investing? Now, if you're involved in the ecosystem, you stake or you do whatever, like, cool, like that's probably how you make money in this thing. But from pure speculation buying, I'm not really sold, man. I'm not really sold at all. Does it go up? Does it have a good bull rally, bull market? Sure, I bet it does. I bet it does. But I don't think that it goes all the way back to its all-time highs. Because, again, being here at right now 360, let's call it 364, we'll call it 365, let's round up, 365 million, let's call it 364 million, whatever. If you were to go all the way up to your all-time high here, where you closed on your all-time high monthly close there, or weekly close there, that would be 1,753%. That'd be 100, or that'd be an 18x. 18x, right? 18x in the market cap from here would put you at, I guess it's possible. I guess that is possible. Maybe you do go to your new all-time highs. Okay, it is still low enough cap, but it does depend too, you guys, how much of this gets put into the market as you're making your way up there, because this inflation will hurt price growth, right? It doesn't hurt market cap growth. It doesn't hurt market cap growth, but it does hurt price growth. Okay, so maybe it does break its all-time highs. Maybe it has some kind of like 20x, 50x in its coming bull market. Okay, I could see that. I didn't know what I was working with, what kind of numbers I was working with at first there, but I was looking at this as well because it doesn't say that the tokenomics are available. But if you go to the economics, I'm on Casper.network right here, economics. You can see, let's see, consensus, agent, incentives, where's runtime, agents, ecosystem, macroeconomy, Casper's macroeconomics refers to the activity in cryptocurrency markets where the CSPR can be treated as one crypto asset among many rather than a computational platform. Our token economics are different from those of the digital golds like Bitcoin, designed to be scarce. Well, obviously, you have an infinite supply. It's definitely different. Your market cap has been going up while your price has been shitting the bed. It's definitely different. Our tokens are minted from a fixed starting basis, which is accounted for by tokens. Now, what I hate is it tells you this, but it doesn't like what's the percentage? Like what numbers are we talking here? Distributed to Genesis validators, which I'm assuming are the people that brought this into existence, the founders, the creators, the developers, right? Unless you can just buy a Genesis validator, but Genesis is the beginning, so I don't think I don't know. Employees, so people who were involved in the beginning who likely made the project or developed it. Employees, same thing. And then community members and held for future distributions. So this part is the DAO. This part, it's like half good, half like the community members is half good, half bad. This is the one thing that is good, and then the rest of it I'm not so sold on. So when I see this kind of stuff, and I've heard about Casper, I personally, I don't like this setup. I think that it's a money grab for the people who are involved with the project directly, not a money grab for speculators like us, right? Like, you can still catch probably decent moves in the coming bull rally, but ultimately, this thing was meant for people to participate in, to make their money that way. And, on a note like that, any of us can do that. That's just not my style. I'm more of an investor, a speculator in itself. The inflationary nature of our macroeconomics has two significant advantages over enforced scarcity. Inflation incentivizes token holders to stake or delegate their tokens. Why would it encourage you to stake? I mean, if you stake, you're getting some of that inflation. Maybe that's what it is. Or delegate their tokens. A behavior we explicitly support with delegation feature. Additionally, because Casper is general purpose computing platform, it is essential to supply tokens to support actual economic activity on the platform and discourage hoarding tokens. And I believe that, and if that's part of it, maybe you have to participate in it for it to be worth your time. But that's what it's saying here, right? It's encouraged spending. So if you're trying to hold this thing for the long term, it's like the dollar, it's only going to go down in value. So with that in mind, you guys, I think that it has potential. It does have potential. I want to take back what I said originally. I think it does have potential to see new all-time highs this cycle. But overall, in the existence of its lifetime, it's gonna just be like down. Maybe it has a higher high now, but then forevermore, like after this cycle, I doubt that it does. I bet it goes lower highs, lower lows, because it's going to be inflating after that, right? And you've already inflated so much that your price chart looks like this, and your market cap chart looks like that. Like that's a huge difference, man. That's I don't like seeing stuff like that. But and to be fair, like, where's the numbers? Like what portion was given to your Genesis validators? What portion is held for future distributions? What portion was given to your community members, who could also just be like community members in the the developing or in the promoting, the whatever? It's the same thing as employees. It's the same thing as Genesis validators. Like what percentage was given to all these people? This coin that is not like digital gold. It's meant to be spent. How many of the people that bought this, how many coins or who made this, how many coins do they have for spending? I'm just curious. Stuff like this. It's not that stuff like this is a guaranteed rug pull, but rug pulls generally have setups like this. I'm not saying that Casper is a scam or that it's going to rug pull or anything like that. I'm just saying I don't like stuff like that. Okay, I've never been burned by something like that, and I don't intend to. That's why I stay away from stuff like this personally. But enough of that. Let's get into the actual TA. So looking at this thing from a chart perspective, looking at it, you've got higher lows, higher highs. I do think that it has a decent bull market. I think that from what I know about it is a pretty popular coin. I think that it will have its place in the top 100 still by the end of the cycle. You are bouncing right off your 618, 69 area, which is nice. This is a sweet spot. But you're only 1 week out from this bounce. It could go lower inevitably. You have been forming higher lows and higher highs, so I would just by default assume that you hold that trend. Your RSI is bearish on the weekly at the moment. This RSI, man, it would make me think that you go to your 786. You're at about 3 cents right now. It wouldn't surprise me if you went below 3 cents, maybe even all the way down to 2.5 cents. But I personally would expect that you hold that. Again, not only do you have bearish market conditions right now potentially. Like if Bitcoin were to drop, then this thing will drop too. Which, by the way, let's see, how much of a drop would that be? That'd be like a 13% drop to 23% drop. Well, I already think Bitcoin's dropping like 12%, so it'd probably drop more than this 786 somewhere. These aren't stone walls, guys. They're lines in the sand. They can't, you see how it's like it respects it, but it doesn't really, like you wick through it. We could see something like that. So something between, again, 2.8 to 2.5 cents is what I would think in the more immediate term. And then from there we can talk upside. Unless you can close this week green and you can start getting some more upside, kind of validating that this is a bounce area. What would it take for that? Well, first, don't go below it. Secondly, break out of this kind of like descending high trend line you've got. And really, thirdly, you just have to work your way up, probably back above this high and then inevitably above that high. So something like that would encourage me to believe that this is the low. But at the moment, with the way this weekly RSI looks, I would be cautious. I definitely am thinking that we could go lower. It probably does go lower. Looking at the daily RSI, weak looking as well. Definitely not a strong RSI. Lower highs, lower lows. Somewhat neutral, but with a bearish tilt. I do think it goes lower. I do. Again, somewhere around what I say, 2.8 or 2.7 cents to 2.5, something like that. That would make sense to me, man. And then from there, up. And where does it go? It's hard to say because we don't have our low just yet. So maybe we can take an overall, a longer term one. From this high here to this low, wouldn't you see, man, that 0.069 is right in that range too. So that would make sense, coming down and bouncing off of that. You'll probably see a move that post-halving, sometime in 2024, maybe about a year from now, maybe sometime earlier than that. I bet you see a move that takes you all the way up here. It won't look like a straight line like that. Like it probably will, meander its way up there. But something that would take you up to like 9.7 to 11.5 cents, the sweet spot up here. And inevitably, if you have a positive reaction with this, if maybe you reject it on your first pass and then you break through it, maybe you break through it on your first pass, maybe you kind of meander and you find support on it and then you break through it, something like that. Anything like that would be a strong indication, in my opinion, that you see extensions, which at a minimum would be 1272 to the 1618, somewhere between about 46 cents to $1 and 4.6 cents. I do think that is completely possible for Casper to achieve CSPR by the end of the bull market. Now that would be from here, from the current price, that'd be about a 14x to a 32x. And then if it comes down here, that's a 38x to maybe like a 16x or something like that, right? 18x, 17x, whatever. Now keep in mind, the price might do let's say it goes to the 1886. Okay, from the current price, the price might do a 60x, but the market cap in that same time might do a 100x. It might do a 200x. The market cap itself might do like spectacular, right? A 200x from here in this thing, it'd still be a high market cap, but that would be that basically be like $70 billion. And is that an achievable market cap in the crypto space? Yes. Yes, it is. It definitely is. So the market cap, the ecosystem for this thing, I think that it has strong potential. If you participate in stuff like that, I bet the rewards are definitely there. But from a speculator's point of view, you are very likely, I would say with the model it has set up, you are guaranteed to not see the same amount of growth in the price as the market cap would go. So, a 60x could be optimistic. It might be realistic. It's hard to say. You really truly might only get a 13x or a 20-something x, and boohoo, only a 20x. I'm sure all of us would be really happy with the 32x actually, right? Or a 14x. I think any of us would be happy with that. So all in all, I do think it has a decent bull market. Probably goes somewhere around 46 cents to $1.05. I personally wouldn't be expecting higher prices, though it can. You could see it go up to $5. You could see it go even higher. It just kind of depends on how we react at this level. But first things first, let's see how we react with that 9.7 to 11.5 cent range, somewhere around there, from this relative high to this all-time low at the 61869 area, the sweet spot itself. Let's see how we react, and if it's positive, which I do think I kind of would expect that it would be, then we can talk new all-time highs. But that's all I got for you. If you guys like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more. I want to be clear, I don't hate Casper. I don't think that it's a bad coin. I don't personally think it's a scam, though I don't find it interesting for me. I'm going to stay away personally. I'm not going to dabble in this thing. I don't know enough to call it a scam or not a scam, but if I was looking at a scam in crypto throughout crypto's history, they are not transparent with their tokenomics. They're not transparent with their tokenomics. They are highly inflatable coins, right? It's like, I don't know. Or maybe even, to be fair, there have been scams that are fixed coins in they're circulating in total supply, and there's a back door where they print off a bunch of them. That kind of stuff does happen too, but just, I'm not calling it a scam, but this is more or less like what they do, man. They are not transparent with their tokenomics, and they pretend like they are, but they're not. And ultimately, maybe that's just like a rookie mistake, but I don't think so, man. We're in 2023. We've been through multiple cycles here in crypto. Everybody knows that everybody wants to know the tokenomics, and if you're not being transparent with them, I think there is a reason for that, and I don't think that it's a good thing. So with that, I'm just inherently going to stay away from this and things like this, but I do think that it has potential for a good bull market. Overall, we are in this accumulation phase. Coming down lower from here, even 20% lower, wouldn't be detrimental. You still have higher lows. You're still overall in this range, and then once you break it, it'll probably be a spectacular move to the upside. It'll probably be a spectacular move to the upside. So that's all I got. Take care, everybody. Have a good night or day, whatever. Bye-bye.